Your email tags or groups are not the only thing that could use naming conventions. But before I get on my soapbox about this topic, I'm pulling a lesson from my implementation workshop to share why email naming conventions matter, aka how they benefit you. Are you ready? Let's dive in.
Hey, I'm Lizzie Reyes, your host of the Cheerful Productive Chats podcast, where I'm on a mission to help online entrepreneurs like you focus on all the right things and kiss overwhelm goodbye. Here, you're going to learn strategies that will boost your productivity so that you can scale your online biz and impact lives sooner. It's your time to shine, so let's get started.
Hey, welcome back to the Cheerful Productive Chats podcast, where we're about to wrap up a mini series all about improving your email marketing processes. In the first episode of the series, we covered 5 ways to streamline your email newsletter process. And last week, I shared a lesson from my email naming conventions workshop where you learned the magic formula and what naming conventions even are. So if you haven't listened to those episodes yet, I do recommend that you pause this one and then go back to listen to those. So that way this one makes more sense, because today I'm sharing the second lesson to that workshop. In this episode, we're covering why email naming conventions matter and why it's something you should really consider implementing in your own email marketing platform too. This includes ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, MailerLite, Drip, etc. Regardless of which email marketing platform you're using, naming conventions are a really easy way to get organized, and you're about to find out why this is important. All right, so let's go through the different benefits to using naming conventions. So the first thing is that this improves your efficiency. So it helps you and your team to be able to easily find the assets that you need without wasting time searching through a bunch of files or folders or scrolling down a super long list just trying to find something, anything. And you'll be able to easily identify what you're looking for just by looking at the name. Another benefit is that it provides better organization. Hello, that's why we're here. So it makes it super easy for you to keep track of everything along with managing your assets as your business grows. Because again, your business is growing. So as your business grows, organization becomes even more and more important because you're just adding and adding and adding more to everything that you're doing, to all of your content, to all of your products, all of your freebies, all of that. And so having naming conventions in place for your email marketing platform just makes it easier for you to find things faster whenever you need them. It also improves your team communication because it helps reduce the confusion and errors with your team. Because again, if you're following the 3 C's, then you all should be able to tell exactly what something is just by looking at the name. And then lastly, it really helps with improving your reporting and analysis because it allows you to easily track and analyze your asset performances. You can gain insight, you can spot trends, which all of this leads to better decision making too. So this is especially helpful when you're like tracking a launch or a flash sale or any kind of promotion. If you know what you're tracking, it makes it so much easier for you to be able to jot the data down inside of a spreadsheet and be like, okay, this is exactly what I'm referencing. And you're not like, wait, I have 3 different purchase tags for that one product. Which one is the right one? So all of these are the different reasons why naming conventions are so super helpful. So now let's actually dive into what should have a naming convention within your email marketing platform specifically. So the first thing and the most common one are your tags or groups. MailerLite calls them groups. Most of the email marketing platforms call them tags, and I use ConvertKit. So that is the terminology that I will be using because that is the tool that I use. But I've tried to add some extras here just in case. But for the most part, tags are the labels that you can add to subscribers to create fixed groups of subscribers based on certain shared characteristics. Another thing is your segments. So segments are groups of subscribers. So mostly the groups of tags who meet certain filtered conditions, and they're most of the time based on their tags, but there's also some other ways that you can segment people out. I'm also going to link to a couple of resources specifically within ConvertKit that helps dive into these specifically a bit more if you have no idea what these are, or if you're even using them in your business, or how you could do so. And then you also want to have a naming convention for opt-in forms and or landing pages. And these are how you gather your email subscribers' information, so their name and their email address, usually in exchange for something free. If you're here, this is probably what you're already familiar with. And then you also want to use these for your sequences. So sequences are sets of groups of emails that will automatically send out to a subscriber once triggered. So MailerLite calls these workflow emails, but in ConvertKit, they're called the sequences. So they're the emails that automatically get sent out to a subscriber when, let's say, they join your opt-in form or when they get added a specific tag. Rules, automations, and workflows. These are also ones that you want to have naming conventions for. So what these are is these rules and automations automatically trigger an action or multiple actions based on subscriber behavior. So a single automation or rule can create multiple different actions. And MailerLite calls these automation workflows, but in ConvertKit, there's actually two different kinds. There's rules, which is one way, and then there's automations, which is another. So they're not the same feature. They do the same thing almost, basically, but they're two separate features, and both of them could be very helpful if you have naming conventions for both. And then lastly, broadcast or campaign descriptors. So these are internal notes that you can add to individual broadcast or your email newsletters to help you identify what the email was about, the purpose, who it was sent to, etc. So MailerLite calls these campaign names. In ConvertKit, they're called the broadcast description, where you can add in a little internal note that's only for you and your subscribers cannot see it once they get their newsletter, but is super, super helpful for you, especially for tracking purposes. So these are the 6 different things that I do recommend have a naming convention within your email marketing platform. So there you have it, the 4 benefits to using email naming conventions and how they can help you optimize your email marketing platform. And look, like I said, tags are not the only thing that could use a naming convention. Literally anything else inside of your email marketing platform can be named following the 3 C's: consistent, clear, and customizable. If you want to get this done and want specific formulas and email naming convention examples you can use, I cover it all inside of my workshop, How to Optimize Your Email Marketing Platform Using Naming Conventions. And if you're listening to this in real time, I'll be hosting a Get It Done Week at the end of the month. A Get It Done Week is where you'll get extra support and accountability for a limited time and have the opportunity to win prizes just for taking action on the workshop and getting your email naming conventions done. So to join us, check out the link in the show notes or send me a DM on Instagram with the code words email plan, and I'll hook you up with the best or even a discounted link. Thank you so much for listening for the Cheerful Productive Chats podcast with me, Lucy Reyes. To view the complete transcript and all the links mentioned in today's episode, visit cheerstoproductivity.com/61. And before you go, make sure you follow or subscribe wherever you're listening so you know once the next productive chat is released. Talk soon, and cheers to your productivity and success.